franktalks.com.
Welcome to Passion. It's all about love, sex, and relationships. Tonight, the Boys Club. We have to give guys equal time, don't we? Who are members of this exclusive club tonight? Joey Elias, host of the comedy show here on CJAD. Jeff Moss, sometimes host here, and a comic book geek, owner of the Fourth Wall on the West Island. Frank Kermit, self-professed geek, though, right?
Well, yeah.
You told me that yourself.
Yeah.
Frank Kermit is here. You hear him regularly on Passion. He's the relationship columnist for the West End Times and a coach, a dating coach. So we're going to talk about all kinds of issues. Happy New Year, everybody, first of all.
And to you.
Thank you very much. I also want to give away tickets to the Everything to Do with Sex show this weekend, starting Friday night. I actually will be broadcasting live on Friday at the Salon de l'Amour et de la Séduction, the Everything to Do with Sex show, and it will go on all weekend. I have pairs of tickets to give away. So everybody that calls in tonight, and comments, talks to us, will get a pair of tickets to go to the show this weekend, and the value is somewhere around $40 or $50 for the pair. So would love to, speak with you guys. And I'm the token female here, of course, but I don't think the guys mind it so much. Nah? Okay, good. So there's a few topics I want to talk about, and some articles and some studies. I want to talk about cheating for a moment. 3 reasons powerful men cheat on their wives, according to this study. It was reported in Chatelaine magazine. Why do powerful men cheat? What do you think? Well, first, maybe I can ask you guys why you think it is that the more powerful you are, the more likely you are to actually cheat.
I'd say the more powerful you get, quite often. Why does everyone look at me? Just out of curiosity. Do I have that look about me?
Yes.
You are a very powerful man.
Oh.
Yes, you are. You're very powerful.
I'd say that the more powerful you get, the fewer people in your life tell you no, and you start to believe you're a little invincible. And you start doing things like that, honestly, just because you think you can.
Just because it's there, you can.
Well, or you look at someone like Tiger Woods, where the women were throwing themselves at him. Yep. And he had the most beautiful, or one of the most beautiful wives on the planet.
Right.
But eventually, if it's coming your way and you think it's easy and it's free and you don't, when you reach a certain level, you also think you become invincible.
Right.
And that's what happens.
Like it's due, right? I was just gonna say it's due me. I'm entitled to this because I've reached this level. And when that happened with Tiger Woods, of course, everybody said, "Well, we don't get it. He has such a beautiful wife at home, and the women he was cheating with weren't even."
It's not about how she looks. It's not about how she looks. It doesn't matter how beautiful your wife is. When you get to that level where you're on the receiving end of all this attention, it has nothing to do with the way the women look. It has to do with how he feels in the moment. And what he's feeling in the moment is, oh, yeah.
Well, that reduces
I will say this, though. He was a better golfer.
True.
What, after he cheated?
No, while he was.
Oh, while he was cheating.
It was like his
Did
mojo.
anybody compare the two, the before and after?
Everybody.
Really?
Sure.
Well, anyway, according to the authors of this study, they say there are 3 primary underlying drivers of behavior when it comes to leadership. Those drivers, which all human beings share in varying degrees, are the need for achievement, the need for affiliation with other people, and the need for power and influence. But the high-profile philanderers put a premium on number 3. They pursue dominance and influence not as a means of enriching the community or helping others, which is what most of us probably do, but just to satisfy their desire for personal authority.
It'd be interesting to see of these sort of powerful people that cheat, how many of them do fall into the sort of the traditional defined categories of sub or dom. Just based on
that's interesting.
It's just based on what they're looking for, because the idea of being
dominant.
all powerful, dominant. Would something like that be something that appealed to them and led them into that situation, or would it be the opposite, where they want to feel a little bit more submissive because they're missing that?
What's considered powerful here? Is it like a CEO of a company, or is it
or celebrity
or
status,
can it be somebody who's well off financially because of a smaller company that just does very well?
Right. It could be, I think.
Okay, so any
of those feelings of dominance or power. It's a need for status. I think there's.
But also,
something...
I will say this: some of the guys that I know in this position, not cheaters, but of, power, if you will, whatever. A lot of times everything is done when they want it to be done. You know what I mean? So when somebody comes along and they say, maybe he goes to his wife, hey, do you want to go out tonight? No. And everything, every time he asks to be intimate, it's no. And then all of a sudden somebody comes along and it's yes, and it's now because I want it now. And all of a sudden it plays into their, their wheelhouse, if you will. I got to censor myself.
They also found that these men possess everything but self-knowledge. These are not guys
How about knowledge?
No, well, not knowledge about one's self, what makes us tick. They often don't stop to actually think about this, to understand the basis of their desires. All of these things, they actually don't have a lot of that, which is very interesting. And apparently it's a cultural thing too. If you watch a lot of reality TV, apparently, I don't know, most reality shows are built upon foundations of personal power and its achievement. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's interesting because I don't know, they haven't really done any studies on powerful women and see their level of cheating, because there hasn't been at the same degree, high-powered women. I mean, there are more now, but I don't think any studies have been done yet to see if they're more likely to cheat. But I would think it's a huge, I think they probably would be more likely. I think
women are just more discreet. Women are just a lot more discreet. You don't know what's going on because they know not to tell.
That I have heard, that women hide affairs a whole lot better than men do.
Many years ago, I was a very bad boy, and I can tell you now that women know how to hide things. They know how to share things and not reveal too much, and they're very choosy about who they share it with. Guys, not so much.
Well, but also the getting caught stuff. You often hear about the guys getting caught with either emails or like how, I think women are, I don't want to say they're smarter in that respect in terms of how not to get caught.
They know how to hide it. They know how to keep it secret. And the biggest reason that people find out that guys get caught is because it's the women that they cheated on who go around telling everybody. But when a guy gets cheated on, he's not very vocal about it. He doesn't want anybody to know.
Right. There's a sense of shame, I guess. Yeah. And I think that men are actually more likely to leave their spouse if they cheated than women are less likely to leave their spouse if he cheated.
Women would be more forgiving of it?
Yeah? Women happen to be more forgiving according to studies. Yeah.
Well,
guys have a harder time picturing.
Well, I have not met any of these women that these studies you're talking about.
Well, I can tell you that just even in my practice working with couples, I do see that a lot. The couples do mend those fences.
I think sometimes the women get turned on.
No, get out of here. Anyway, no, that's totally a guy's mind thinking there. No way. Women do not get turned on by that. You're listening to the Boys Club here on Passion on CJAD 800.
You're listening to Passion with Dr. Laurie Betito on CJAD 800.
The Boys Club tonight on Passion. We give men equal time here on the show. Usually we have the Passion View. We also have the Boys Club. The members tonight, Joey Elias, and we have Jeff Moss and Frank Kermit, all here talking about all kinds of stuff. All our contributors, you guys, you're the listener. Anybody who calls in tonight and contributes to the program will get a pair of tickets to the Everything to Do with Sex show taking place this weekend. 18th, 19th, and 20th. You can come by and say hello. Friday night, we will be broadcasting live from the Salon de l'Amour et de la Séduction. Okay, here's an article I read, which I thought very, very interesting. Should sperm donors ever have to pay child support? An American guy is fighting against orders. They ordered him, basically, the state of Kansas, I believe, trying to force a 43-year-old sperm donor to pay child support to a lesbian couple who conceived their baby through artificial insemination. The Kansas Department for Children and Families says William Marotta is responsible for providing financial assistance to the 3-year-old daughter of these two women, even though both parties agreed that he would give up all parental rights, including financial responsibility, when he donated his sperm back in 2009.
Did they know him?
Or
was it an anonymous donation?
They did.
I think they did know him, huh? Yeah.
They
knew him, but they signed a paper.
Did they pay him?
No.
Somebody did.
I don't believe they paid him for it. What do you mean?
Usually get paid for dropping the boys off.
No, not in this case.
In this case, it was somebody that they knew. So they say here, if a sperm donor makes his contribution through a licensed physician and a child is conceived, the donor is held harmless under state statute. In cases where the parties do not go through a physician or a clinic, there remains the question of who actually is the father of a child or children. Apparently, the trouble began when one of the women was diagnosed with a significant illness, and her illness forced the couple to apply for financial assistance, welfare, whatever. The couple split, and then now she's gone after the sperm donor to get money.
Nah.
There's got to be a lesson there for guys, right? He's ordered to pay child.
A lesson for all of us.
Yeah, and it's actually not the first time.
It's true what they say, jerking off will cost you.
Depends where you put it.
That's right. Jerking off
in a cup and then give it away to somebody.
A turkey baster.
Or into a turkey baster. I think it's these were friends. This happens between friends sometimes. There was just a movie about that. I forget the movie, but anyhow, they were friends and they decided, I want to have a child, so okay, it'll be your sperm, and it all ended happily ever after. But
everybody went in with the best of intentions. It was all, hey, let me help out this couple. He had no interest in having children of his own, and
yet he had a child.
Well, he wasn't looking to be a father. He helped out a couple that wanted to have a child, and so he decided, let me help them out.
And if it was an anonymous donation, I could sort of understand that. But you know these people. It's not like you're never going to see them again. It's not like you don't have a pre-existing relationship with them. Now, that said, I don't think he's on the hook for any kind of child support because they signed the papers, the legal I's and T's were all taken care of. But
they made an agreement amongst themselves, but because they didn't go through proper channels, that's why he's liable.
So that means that whatever he signed means nothing. That's basically according to the laws. But how do you feel about
we have a collection of idiots creating a child.
Clearly.
Awesome.
But in terms of sperm donation generally, like how do you feel about that? How do you feel about people who go to sperm banks? And there's something about it for me that
it's the Instabank there that'll kill you.
No, but you think about, let's just say you go and you do a cup, right? In that cup are potentially millions of babies. Potentially. And let's say you don't know how many of your, how many potential babies of yours are out there. And I always worry about in the same city.
Well,
I thought about it when I was younger.
Things.
Well, I thought about it when I was younger and figured
You did?
I might end up dating one of them.
Oh, God.
I had an ex who did it, actually, and everything is documented in her case, and she knows that her child has a certain number of siblings, and they try to keep track of what cities
The siblings all are?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, but I saw a pretty sick documentary about people of the same genetic material finding each other and what have you, and this,
sounds German.
Their sibling. No, it was American, and it was pretty like, oh God, like you have to. Think
I know
about
somebody
all this
whose
stuff.
Parents are first cousins. Okay,
Okay,
and
I've
and there
seen
is
that.
a lot of stuff wrong with this woman, a lot.
This is her because her parents are first cousins. Well, I know two first cousins that had some testing done before they actually got married and decided to have children, and they have two kids that are fine. So
for now.
Yeah, I guess.
But it also depends if we're talking culturally speaking. In small communities, first cousins who marry regularly, the danger is when not only are your parents first cousins, but maybe one of the great grandparents were also first cousins, and that accumulation is part of the problem.
It's like when you used to copy tapes. How like the quality would be lessened every time you made a new mixtape.
You dilute it every time.
It's not a good idea.
That theory would explain a lot of communities that I've driven through, though.
Really?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been through Saskatchewan? There's some.
It gets cold out there.
I don't care.
It's not the cold Joey's talking about. Somehow I do not think so. Helen joins us on the program. Hi, Helen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I just want to make a few comments about the cheating factor real quick,
Yeah.
and then men, it's just about attention. I think men and women, when you get attention, you're more prone to get tempted, and it leads to cheating and so forth. Yeah, women tend to cover up a little more. Men just love the attention and can brag, hey, guess what? I got this girl, that girl next week in all particular cities. But women are just as bad as men.
You think?
And,
Not
yeah.
quite. Not quite, according to statistics.
Yeah,
but
just women
still.
are more chameleons about it, you know? It's just, in the hush. But men and women are the same. They're all the same.
Okay. We're all the
And,
I know of a few significant differences.
Just one
Pardon
that
me?
I can think of.
And the topic that you're currently talking about, I myself, I'm a lesbian, so you don't usually, hey, buddy, I'm going to pay you to just hush and move along, live your life, and don't worry about, your child later on. It's a shame that this lesbian couple had to break up, because it's a huge consequence that you would discuss, like, what if we did break up,
Right.
whatnot. I guess the parent now needs the financial support, and it's kind of low on her part to knock on the donor's door. So this
Right.
poor guy, he will have to fight it. I'm on his side because it's not fair.
Right, and he's going to have to pay and fight it and all of that, and the emotional consequences and the psychological damage and all of that. Helen,
Exactly.
we're going to send you to the Everything to Do with Sex show this weekend, okay? Come
Great.
by.
And sadly, I won't be here, so hopefully the next caller will enjoy that.
Okay, thanks, Helen. Appreciate your call.
Good show. I
All
enjoy
right.
your show.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Got a couple of text messages in terms of the cheating. Chris says, I think it's a sense of entitlement. I'm powerful, therefore I deserve to sleep with as many women as I can. Somebody else says, this girl I know told me that she dated a man worth millions. She said he was the cheapest guy and obnoxious. And then this
That's true too, though. A lot of guys that I know that have a lot of money are cheap. You know what I mean? Like they're the guys that literally I will watch calculate the exact 15%.
Really?
Yeah.
They have the app.
Well, that's why they're rich.
I guess.
That's why they're rich.
I don't know.
But just because you're
I
rich
don't know.
doesn't make you douchey.
No, it doesn't make you
I don't know if I can
douchey.
say that.
Yeah, well, you said it, so go ahead. What can I say? Can't stop you now.
Being rich doesn't make you a bad person, but whatever behavior patterns you had that got you to be rich, you're going to carry them over in other areas of your life. And if
But I also know some very wealthy people that you would never know,
Right.
that they
Very
are wealthy.
humble, very humble people.
The way you would never know by anything, not the car, not the way they dress, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there, I guess it's just balance, right? There's cheaters, there's non-cheaters.
Yeah.
There's people that stick by their
There's
cheating, spouses,
and there's
and non.
generous people, and there's philanthropic people, and there's cheap people, and
Humans are like
you know,
rhinos. Some are just jerks.
Very profound. This text is for Joey. This text is for Joey. This one. Why is my girlfriend yell at me if I leave the bathroom seat up? She never fell in. I guess that's like this person remembers our last conversation.
Yeah, I guess it's just
He's been
it's
holding
something
on to
they
that for a
teach
while.
to
Yeah, no
women.
kidding.
When women go to brownies or summer camp or they have a sleepover. That's what they teach them. When you're older, what's going to happen is your boyfriend's not going to put the seat down, and you yell at them. Yell at them, even if you didn't fall in, even if you peed in the sink. Who cares?
Get a dog. That's what I say to those people, because then you get in the habit of putting the seat down, because otherwise the dog drinks out of the toilet bowl.
Okay, but the toilet bowl is sometimes, it
Or
can
you
it
can-
can be very clean and fresh water for the dog.
But some people
My
just
dog
close the door.
loves the toilet bowl water. Loves it.
Well,
Let me ask you this: do you close the door when you go to the bathroom because your dog's at home?
No?
It's very weird.
Why?
Because
I have to,
I
else my dog pushes
close.
in the
I
door.
do close the door when I'm home and the dog's there, which is weird because I don't close the door when I'm on an airplane.
Because the dog pushes way in.
Okay, that's gross. I don't want to be anywhere near
an all-new
the
Mile High
toilet.
Club.
No kidding.
My dog pushes in the door
Really?
if I don't close it.
Wants to be
He
in there
comes
with
in.
you?
He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm."
Because he's getting your undivided attention. You have nowhere to go.
That's actually probably pretty true, knowing him.
Coming for a little bit of a,
Yeah.
pat on the
Hey.
whatever.
Pull this rope, not that rope.
Always fun here with the boys on Passion. We've got Joey and Jeff and Frank. We're weighing in on all kinds of issues. And we've got tickets to give away tonight. So everybody who calls in gets a pair of tickets to the Everything to Do with Sex show taking place this weekend. So you just have to contribute with some of your thoughts on some of the topics that we are talking about. 514-790-0991, Star Talk, star 8255 on your cell, or you can text us at 514-800. You're listening to Passion right here on CJAD 800.
You're listening to Passion with Dr. Laurie Betito on CJAD 800.
We have some tickets to give away to the Everything to Do with Sex show taking place this weekend. Call in, get tickets. A pair can be yours. We are broadcasting live on Friday evening. As a matter of fact, would love to see you there. So that's the 18th, 19th, and 20th. You can get a VIP pass from here, from Passion, if you call in and contribute. It's the Boys Club tonight. Once a month, the boys join me. This week's club, Joey Elias is here. You know him, of course, from his comedy show and all his acts and TV, and he's all over the place. Jeff Moss, who you hear him regularly here on CJAD as well. He is from the Fourth Wall in the West Island. He's a comic book geek. He doesn't look like a geek, but he says he's a geek.
Is what my business card says.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, when I asked you, you said, I'm just a geek,
Yeah,
comic book geek. So there you go.
Big words hurt.
That's right. And Frank Kermit is here. You hear him regularly on Passion as well. He's for our Dating Dilemmas segment. He's the relationship columnist for the West End Times. If you want to contribute to the program, you can by calling in and win yourself a pair of tickets at 514-790-0991. You can also text us your comments at 514-800. Just to get back to the infidelity stuff we were talking about, because I was reading an article, a divorce lawyer says that a lot of unfaithful spouses are caught by texting on Christmas. And this is the way that most people now get caught. Their phones are, the spouse picks up the phone and sees a text and says, and discovers something. Like, how stupid do you have to be texting things that could potentially get you into any kind of trouble? I don't get that.
Again, I think it comes down to you think you're invincible and you're not going to get caught.
You think she won't ever see your phone? I mean, one thing for certain, if your partner takes their phone with them everywhere they go, including the bathroom or the shower or whatever, makes sure there's a password protect on it. And
I got to play Angry Birds at some point.
Yeah.
So it goes with me.
You think it's just for Angry Birds everywhere you go?
There's a certain thrill, though. There's a thrill of doing something, almost getting caught doing something you're not supposed to do.
I think that's just stupid. Anyway, a lot of people get caught during the holidays because people communicate, they're away from their lovers because it's family time.
I have a friend who's been involved with a guy for almost a year now who lives with his girlfriend and is with her on the side. And she was very bummed out over the holidays. And I kept saying to her, how did you not see this coming?
Yeah.
He's not going to spend the holidays with you. He's going to spend the holidays with her. And some people just don't get it.
Well, they don't get the fact that you're getting involved with someone who's already committed. You're not going to get the full.
And the point that I always like to make is whatever he or she does to them, they can do to you too.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
don't
right.
think that you're going to change them or that you're going to be the one that
changes them.
Around.
That's right. And if they leave their spouse for you, chances are eventually they'll leave you too for somebody else.
But she's not innocent.
The chance is there.
The other person is never really innocent in this anyway. The whole premise is that they're going after somebody that's not available all the time. So there's something in them that doesn't want to be in a real relationship. Otherwise, they wouldn't date.
I don't know. I don't think your friend would actually recognize that in herself, would she?
She would. She just wouldn't do anything about it. And that's the other thing.
No, but does she?
Because she's convinced that she's in love with this man and that they are...
until he breaks up with his girlfriend, comes up to her and says, okay, I'm ready to be with you. I don't really feel attracted to him anymore, and I don't know why.
But the thing is that he's not going to, because why would he?
No, he won't. He's not.
Won't.
He has everything he wants right there. He's got the fun on the side, and if she's sitting around waiting for him to change or dump the girlfriend, and he hasn't done that in the year that they've been together, he's not going to do it.
No.
Your friend has to wake up. So
You're right.
We
I'm
lost
going to text her
Sean,
right
who's
now.
on the line there. Sean, sorry we got to you late. You can call back 514-790-0991, and you can win a pair of tickets to the Everything to Do with Sex show, which is a lot of fun. Actually, Frank is going to be doing one of the workshops there, and it's a huge event. They're expecting 20,000 people walking through those doors. And it's like for everybody. That's what's amazing about it. But that you get to see a dungeon, you get to see all these really cool exhibitors.
With dragons?
Not Dungeons and Dragons, more like doms and subs and that kind of dungeon. Not the get out of the comic book world, get into the sex world. It's a little
the two
different.
Go hand in hand more than you'd think,
yes.
actually. But
I know. Let's see here. We have my girlfriend talks to her ex on Facebook. What do I do? Leave her? I'll leave that one up to you guys. I answer enough questions.
Seems a bit extreme.
So let's say your girlfriend was talking to her ex on Facebook. Would it bother you? Would it do anything for you? What?
Wouldn't bother me.
How serious are you with your girlfriend, and do you have her Facebook password?
You mean, does he have access? As long as he has access, as long as it's transparent. Like,
does he have access to log into her account so that he can check out what the messages are going? And if they're very serious, he should have that password. If they're not serious, if they're casually dating, not his business.
Don't need it.
See, I also feel like I've never felt the need to be able to log into my husband's Facebook. I've never felt like a doubt or anything that I needed to have that. Once you start doubting, it starts to really screw with your mind, you know?
I don't think it's necessary to have access to everyone's information at all times, you know. My girl, we live together. We've been together for almost 2 years now. We've known each other for over a decade. I mean, that trust is there, and if she's talking to her ex, then, well, if she's talking to her ex, then there's probably a very good, very official reason, because they don't want to talk. But
what if you're just friendly with your exes? Like, some people just are friendly. They don't.
The ones that
hold
still
any...
speak to me, I'm very friendly with. But
is she okay
that's
with
very
him,
few and far between.
Is she okay with him talking with his exes?
Yeah, it has to go both ways. And the transparency thing, I think all couples should be transparent, but that doesn't mean here's a list of my passwords, here's a list of your passwords. Like, you just have to have the feeling of transparency. Like, you don't feel like your partner is necessarily hiding that. If you did go up and say, hey, I want to log into your Facebook, can I? That they're not like, why? Well, why should you? No.
I think I would say that, though.
You'd have a problem.
And I have nothing to hide. There's nothing in my Facebook that would, get me in trouble or whatever. But just the fact that someone would want to check up on me like that would get my back up, make me defensive, and
say
cause
why.
probably a bigger problem.
And you'd be wondering what's going on.
Yeah, like, what do you think I'm doing? And what are you doing that makes you think that I'm doing that?
Right.
Why is this? Why do you need to have this?
Yeah, I get that. If you're not doing anything, then you'd kind of start questioning as to why all of a sudden this is happening. Hi, George. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Passion.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
I'm a bit nervous, so bear with me.
We bear with you. No.
All right. I agree with Joey in the sense that men of power, the women, they throw it at them, because they want to, like movie stars and rock stars. They're not really of power, but they have that popularity aspect, and women just flaunt it, throw it, and regular guys, they don't get that kind of attention per se. And then I also believe that men in general, the reason they cheat is the chase, the hunt.
You think that do you think that it's something that is natural to men, the hunt? Like that it's from an evolutionary kind of,
Men are more hunters, but women, I'm not saying women don't cheat either. I'm just saying men, some of the reason behind it is that they're into that chase mode, and they want to see if they still got the magic to catch fish even at a later date, even though they're in a relationship or a deep relationship.
I've certainly seen that, especially later in life. Do I still got it? Can I still do it? Or even checking on their own sexual prowess,
And they don't necessarily have to follow up on it. They just want to see, okay, I can get a number, or I can, I can get a date, but I don't need to take it to the next level. Right. Some people don't know where to stop.
Right. That's the problem, is knowing that when you cross that line, for sure. George, you're going to go to the Everything to Do with Sex show, right? We've got 2 tickets to get for you.
Excellent. Thank
All
you.
right, and come by and say hello at the booth, okay?
I
On
will.
Friday night. Thanks so much for calling in. I'm going to put you on hold because I'm not sure if they took all your... oh, yeah, okay. Thanks, George. Appreciate it. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the show. Hi, Joe.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
good. How are you?
Not bad. Just want to say something. The guy that got burned after 25 years of marriage, just 2 months ago, I caught the wife with a couple of stupid text messages, and then we went from there. And I just found out that she was doing it for like years.
She was doing what for years, though?
Cheating.
She was cheating on you for years.
Yes.
So what happened after that?
So the first time I got the cell phone, I got the stupid message that ends with "I love you." The second was "I miss you." The third message was like, we were on vacation, like second or third day into our vacation, and I get the message, "I miss you already. I can't wait to see you." So it went from there, and then, all the beans spilled out.
That's it's not funny.
Not too good, but anyway.
So what happened with your relationship?
It's over, of course.
It's over.
But
okay.
yeah.
And she didn't want to let it go, or you didn't want to try to fix the marriage?
No, she was all about, as I was listening to your previous shows about infidelity, like, I want to forget about it the next day, but it just doesn't work like that.
No, of course not. You can't just turn
We
the
give it a
page.
try for like a month and a half, and then I just couldn't take it anymore.
Right. I think in cases like this, if you don't go into therapy, like some serious, therapy to address the issues, it's very hard to overcome.
Yeah, it was
overcome
just,
that.
it was just too painful, so,
Right. I hear
think
you,
it's
Joe.
a lot easier. A lot easier this way.
Okay. Well, anyway, come by and say hello at the Everything to Do with Sex show. We've got 2 tickets for you, so bring a friend along.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much
Bye.
for calling in. Bye-bye now. I got some text messages here. Hi, all. What is a woman supposed to do? And I like the fact that it's hi, all, so I don't have to answer the question myself. What is a woman supposed to do with a husband who doesn't want to deal with an erectile dysfunction and denies needing any couple counseling? He refuses any other intimate act as well, living life as brother and sister for their small children. One sleeps upstairs, one sleeps downstairs. Ooh, what do you do? What for a woman in her sexual prime? So this is a woman in her sexual prime. Her husband has erectile dysfunction, and he doesn't want to get help. What is it about men who have a hard time accepting that they have a problem and get help for the problem? And that I've seen in terms of medical attention, waiting till it's like, disastrous proportions before they actually go and see somebody. What are your thoughts on men getting help, especially for a sexual problem? Guys.
Well, if I had one, I would take care of it, obviously.
Well, you say obviously, but these...
No, for me, it's an obvious thing. If I like sex, why would, and there's something to help me get over, the problem I have, why wouldn't I?
Because it's a threat to your self-identity.
No, the fact that I can't have sex is a threat to my self-identity.
Yeah, but
that'll make me feel worse.
It sounds to me more like he's using that particular thing as an excuse
to
not participate in a relationship that he's maybe too afraid just to get out of.
That's a possibility. That I would say yes. That would probably be a possibility too. What is he afraid of? What is he avoiding?
You got a broken leg. You go put a cast on it.
Yeah, but maybe he's worried that they're going to find and this is why people don't go to the doctor. You brought that up, is people don't go to the doctor because they're afraid that they go in for my whatever hurts, and then they find something really serious.
But
right. So good luck
so
finding a
so
doctor.
instead, no, but that's not it. So instead, they wait till it really gets serious, and then it's too late to do anything about it. That's the problem. We're going to come back with the Boys Club here on Passion on CJAD.
You're listening to Passion with Dr. Laurie Betito on CJAD 800.
I'm feeling a little left out, just a wee bit. But it wouldn't be nothing. But that's okay. It's the Boys Club tonight. Joey Elias, he just stepped out for 2 seconds to get his guest because his show's coming on after mine. Jeff Moss is here from the Fourth Wall on the West Island. Comic books, all about comic books. Batman and Spider-Man and
Spider-Man
so much
has an
more.
amazing relationship history, by the way.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, you have to tell us about that. I have never actually stopped to think about it,
He does.
you know?
Spider-Man is one of the great tragic love stories of our time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Gwen Stacy?
The tale of Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker. Most people think that Peter Parker's, the love of his life was Mary Jane Watson.
Yes.
But no, not true. Gwen Stacy.
Was that before
Yes.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
When she died.
Sort of, well, actually, about
She
the same
died?
time. He met Gwen first, and then he met Mary Jane. Mary Jane was like
Well, she was the movie one.
she was the girl that was,
Unattainable.
inaccessible. This kind of Gwen was sort of the perfect. Gwen was the girl you wanted to marry, and then
And what happened to her?
the Green Goblin happened to her.
She was killed.
It's very
Such a tragic
it's hard to talk
story.
about. It's hard to talk about a little
I
bit,
see the
but,
tears in your eyes. Holy crap.
It's so much more complicated than just she died, because it was. There's a very wonderful book called Spider-Man Blue, in which he expresses his feelings and his remorse about the relationship and what happened to Gwen into a tape recorder that he finds in his attic. And it's his way of sort of a self-imposed therapy session in dealing with all this stuff. And it's a very deep book, actually.
Wow. Do you sell it at the Fourth Wall?
We do!
All right. There you go. Pick it up. Want to
What
know
was
about
that?
Spidey's love life.
Spider-Man Blue.
Yeah. We've got tickets to give away, so everybody who calls in from here to the end of the program gets a pair of tickets to the Salon de l'Amour et de la Séduction, the Everything to Do with Sex show taking place all weekend, and we will be broadcasting live from there on Friday night. Hi, Peter. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I have a question.
Yeah?
If I suspect somebody to be possibly cheating,
Mm-hmm.
because of certain habits I noticed have changed.
Habits have changed? Like what?
Work seems to usually take a little bit longer
Mm-hmm.
to finish. She's occupied a little bit more often. Small little things here and there.
Okay. And have you talked about your concerns with her? Have you...
My worry is to bring it up and wind up causing an issue where there was no issue.
But there's clearly an issue.
Yeah, there is an issue. It's festering in your mind if you don't actually address it. And you can say, I've noticed some changes in your behavior. What's up? How come you're staying longer at work? Or, what's going on? How are you feeling about yourself? And it could be something that she's going through internally rather than something that she's doing externally. Frank, you would be more of an expert on this. What do you?
I would suggest you don't go up and say, look, I think you might be cheating on me. But you can go up and give your perspective, which is, look, I feel that you're pushing me away. I feel that we're not spending as much time together. Is there something we need to talk about? Is there something you want to share?
Yeah, that's the approach I would definitely use, Peter.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go to the show this weekend?
Absolutely.
All right. So we'll get you a pair of tickets. You just pick them up at the station.
Perfect.
Okay. Thanks so much for calling in. Appreciate it. Some other text messages. Somebody said, I went to the show last year and it was fantastic. It was a great date for me and my girlfriend. If you can go, what a great date idea. It is a great date idea, actually. And it's all couples. That's what fascinated me when I went to the sex show. The very first year I went, which might have been about a decade ago before it was taken over by a new company, it wasn't like that at all. And now it's become a date night. Mm-hmm. It's a ton of couples, mostly couples who show up there, and it's for everybody. So it's really a lot of fun, actually. Okay, that person who wrote about the ex on Facebook, he texted in. She tells him on Facebook she loves him. Then he says, I'm looking for other things. She says, I still love you a lot. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess she's professing love. That's a red
be a bit
flag.
of an issue, yeah.
That would definitely.
I think it can be said whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, or face to face. If your significant other is telling someone else that they love them, that's probably an issue.
Right. Lots of people writing in about cheating. My girlfriend seems to have cheated on quite a few of her past boyfriends. Should I be worried? She seems very trustworthy, but is the pattern too much to overlook? It's been a few months. I'm still a bit paranoid. I would be paranoid a little bit.
Why would you be committed to someone that makes you paranoid? If you're that paranoid, that's the sign you take that says maybe we should be dating casually until I feel that my trust has been earned for something more serious.
But, you do have to look at past behavior. If she's cheated on every single partner, why wouldn't she cheat? Maybe that's her way out of relationships.
I think there's a difference between being trustworthy and being naive. or being trustful and being naive, I guess. And that's exactly what Frank was getting at, where, you can date casually and build up that trust and that faith in that person. And if you don't do that, then you're going in naive, thinking, oh, well, it'll be different.
Yeah.
It'll be different. I'm the one that'll change her.
Right.
She'll change
She'll
for
be
me.
different with me,
No, just take your time, relax, figure it out, and if you can build that relationship, awesome. And if you can't, then
But it is something that is a bit of a red flag. Someone else writes in, just a comment from what I see and heard. Women who cheat don't usually end up with their lover. The male makes big promises but doesn't mean it. But if she leaves, won't be with her because he doesn't want to be a sucker. While a mistress thinks the good ones are taken and will wait and even sabotage the relationship to get the guy and will stay with the guy. A little bit about maybe what your friend is experiencing.
Yes.
Funny how the conversation has turned around infidelity so much tonight. Let's hear from Kayla tonight. Hi, Kayla.
Hey, guys. Thanks for the show.
Our pleasure. What are your thoughts?
Well, I wanted to be in the draw, so I thought, well, let me pick up the phone.
You automatically get a ticket, so it's okay.
One of the last texter who said that he's aware that all his girlfriends cheated on
that his girlfriend cheated on all her other partners before him.
Yeah, the fact that he knows all of this means that she probably disclosed this, which means that she has no conscience. It's probably like a serial dater. That's my thought on it. Mm-hmm. Because, if you had any remorse, then you probably would not disclose it to your future boyfriend, etc. Right. So definitely he's going to be next. One of the things I wanted to say is that I have dated some men that were out of relationships that had been cheated on. And I came to the conclusion that I might not ever date somebody who'd been cheated on, if they had never gone for counseling. I just realized that they just ended up being so mangled and then projected it onto me and, were a little bit more suspicious about what I was doing. And I didn't like being in that paranoia because I'm very free. So all of this to say I'm single and I have a dog. So now I'm on Plenty of Fish.
Does the dog go into the bathroom with you too?
Oh, yeah. They've all been asking that. Does your dog go into the bathroom when you're in there doing your business?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He just sits there, and then when I'm in the bath, he wants to look over the bath, and he's just like a little perv. But he is so cute.
Well, I guess it's fair, right? Because we watch them when they go to the bathroom.
That's true.
Well, there you go.
True.
And,
but I've never once asked him to pick up after me. That's what's not fair.
Well, I tell my dog all the time. That's the first trick I'm going to teach my dog.
So I'm calling to get a date with Joey.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
He might just be available. Are you on Plenty of Fish, Joey?
No, I'm not even on the internet.
I just do it because it's free, but I know that it's probably not the place where I'm going to meet the man of my life, but it is a way of getting me out there, and I want to see what's out there. But there have been a couple of people that have emailed me that are separated, and again, I don't want to be the rebound either,
no.
But maybe Frank can answer that question. I tend to stay away from people like that, but there's one, he's just so cute. And it's like...
Cute's not enough, sorry.
Yeah, I know, but he looks like he's active, etc. And I guess I'm going to find out
separated.
How long he's been...
You know how many guys I know, by the way, who are on these sites who are still married? Not just separate, they're still living with their partners, and they go on these sites.
Yeah.
You see that.
I guess, yeah.
So, you got to be careful. I don't know, Frank, do you want to add a couple of words in there?
My only philosophy on this, if you like somebody, go on a date, but just keep it casual until the person does something, changes their status, or earns your trust. Then you can get committed. Then you can get serious. Until then, see the person once a week. Have fun. It's all good fun. Get to know each other. But don't get serious before the person earns it.
Sometimes it's hard to not, keep your emotions in check for all that, of course. Kayla, we'll see you at the show. Please come by the booth, okay, on Friday night.
Oh, I will. And all this to say, I'll probably just get another dog. But okay.
Okay, you can get another dog, but
until Mr. Right comes along.
That's right. And send me your profile. Just send it to me in an email, and I'll just pass it on to Joey. And you never know.
You never know.
I'm a dog lover.
He's a dog lover. You know that.
Well, there you go.
All right, Kayla. Thanks so much for calling in. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh boy, we've run out of time. That was so fast, guys. That's it for us.
Why do women keep saying that to me?
What? That's it. That was so fast. Good way to end the program, my dear. Well, we catch up with the boys again. I'm looking at the schedule here, and I hope Joey's going to be around. I don't even know. On the 11th of February. Are you back? Are you back on the 11th, Joey?
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't know when I get back.
I think you do. I think you actually
I may
told
get back,
me
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think I get back on the 10th.
He's going to the other end of the world. But anyhow, Joey, have a great trip out there, and I know you're going to do great, of course, as you always do. Thank you, Jeff Moss from the Fourth Wall, Frank Kermit of franktalks.com, and you can reach me, Passion, at CJAD.com.
Need help with love, sex, dating and relationships? Visit franktalks.com.
Need help with love, sex, dating, or relationship issues? Help from Frank Kermit, the best-selling author and Canada's most international relationship coach, is only a click away at franktalks.com.
If you need help with your relationships, my buddy Frank, he's got some tips. Just go to franktalks.com. His advice is better than your mom's. He knows what you're going through, 'cause Frank has been there too. So log on to franktalks.com. franktalks.com.
What do you do when you feel like a fool? When your heart has been broken again? Pick up the phone or get onto Skype and talk on a private session. Yeah, get a little help from Frank Talks. Whoa, whoa, get by with a little help from Frank Talks. You gotta try a little help from Frank Talks. What do you do when your love goes away? Try coaching one-on-one. How do I sign up to turn things around? Just sign up at franktalks.com. Yeah, get by with help from Frank Talks. I get by with little help from Frank Talks. Time to try a little help from Frank Talks. Doesn't cost a lot of money. It's the best rate going around. But it costs a lot of money. Oh, it's worth every cent that you will put down. Yeah. franktalks.com. Oh, you got to go to get your help from franktalks.com. Yeah, yeah. franktalks.com. Would you believe that Frank gets results? Yes, we're certain. Just read the reviews. Frank knows his stuff, and Frank's several goods. Good love can soon come.